So, hi guys. Would you take a moment to introduce yourselves?
I'm Jordan.
I'm Casey.
We're here to talk to you about dog fostering and why to do it and why we did it and I don't know the ins and outs of it.
And is that your puppy right there?
This is Penny. This was our foster and now is our permanent dog since we failed as fosters and now adopted him.
Could you tell me about how you heard about the opportunity to foster a dog?
We heard about it actually through my sister because she, during I think her sophomore, our junior year, she started fostering over the summer, and we have dogs back home, and so she was like, I really want to have an animal in the house to kind of feel homey, but I don't want to have to pay for it and all that stuff, plus responsibility, and so she found this program to let you foster dogs where you just go take them in and basically you get a dog to play with and have all the benefits of, but you don't have to have all the responsibility and the price of it. And so,
what was the program called?
Much Love Animal Rescue.
Mm-hmm. And so is that why you fostered and not just adopted, or were there other reasons?
Yeah, for the most part, usually fostering the animals or the dogs that need fostering are ones that need a home the most because it's usually pounds are overpopulated or they're sick and they can't be adopted out at that moment. So you kind of nurse them back to health. Like Penny, she was recently spayed, or not recently, but when we got her, she was recently spayed. She had Giardia, so these dogs are the ones that definitely need some of the most help. So it's kind of nice.
And you didn't want to adopt at the time,
well, you
or
also have to have responsibility. So like for us being college students, knowing we don't know what's going to happen to our lives was great because we could have an animal but not have to pay the bills of them, which we couldn't probably afford as it was at the point. We didn't. If there was a last minute thing where we were going traveling, like we can let them know and they'll come take the dog back. Or if the dog's not working out for that specific dog, say it's too big or too loud for where you're living, they'll come take it back and give you another dog to foster for now, or let you take some time off from fostering. So there was a lot more flexibility and not the commitment because of where we are in our lives. It just wasn't ready for that.
That makes sense.
Kind of a nice way to ease into the having a full-time dog, adopting a dog,
Right?
And be able to see how much work it really is. Like thinking, having a dog's not a big deal at all, no responsibility. Once you it's like a trial run, which is really nice. You really get to see, wait, it's more than, or it's not as much as I thought it would responsibility wise.
So what was a turning point for you guys when you decided that you didn't want to foster anymore and you actually wanted to adopt?
When I started skipping classes, worrying about if Penny had gotten her meds. Do you have a specific
I
turning
think for
point?
me, it's funny because when we first wanted to foster, there were 3 dogs we wanted. They were in a row. We asked for the first one, they didn't have her. Asked for the second one, they didn't have that one. And the third one that we had asked for was this little one, which the name was Daffy Duck, and we called her Penny when we got her. And so we got her. She was like emaciated. She was so skinny, and then over time, we just kind of started to fall in love with her. The first weekend for adoption, we had her for 1 week, and on the first Saturday, she was still really sick, and so we didn't bring her to the adoption. So we had her an extra week, and so then we had her 2 weeks at this point without having to bring her any adoptions. And we made an excuse up, I think, that weekend to not bring her to the adoption. And it was after that I started talking to my parents and just thinking about myself, making checklists of the pros and cons of adopting versus letting her go up for adoption, and it came down. We just couldn't let her go. She just became too much of a part of the family.
Gotcha.
Just look at those eyes. So you can
Yeah, right. Is fostering something you would recommend for a lot of people? And if so, why?
Absolutely. Well, if you're ever looking to adopt a dog or have a dog full-time after school or whatnot, but you don't really understand the commitment that is involved with pet owning or being a pet owner, it's a great way to get your feet wet with some great flexibility. Much Love, the rescue is amazing. Extremely, they're all majority volunteers, so they love animals just as much as you do, and they're always there to help 24 hours a day. They always give you their cell phones.
I think the biggest thing we were talking about before is that it was a great way to see the responsibility firsthand, and really it's like a trial run of if you're really ready to be a pet owner. And I think even if you are in a place where you want one right now, and you think you should go out and get a dog right now at the pet store, I think it's a good idea to go and maybe first foster a little bit and just really assure yourself that this is something you're ready to do.
Right. Or, I mean, people can foster even having existing dog,
Exactly.
you know.
We sort of think
dog
of her,
owners.
bring
And
her
it,
friend.
it's it socializes the dogs that maybe haven't had great experiences being in pounds. It's pretty scarring to a lot of dogs. So yeah, get them socialized and just to be, I mean, that parent give
Yeah.
find them great homes, but in the meantime give them
Yeah.
love that they need.
So how has having an animal around the house, how has it been? What has changed? What
I
is
mean,
it?
we could talk forever probably about how amazing it's been just for us. Working full time and not having like as much time on the side to do your own things, friends leaving after college and everything. To have like something to come home to that's always so full of energy and full of love, and it really is. It's it's therapeutic almost just to have her around. And yeah, she's responsibility and she takes extra work, but she pays off tenfold in the end.
Now that you have a dog, would you have still done everything the same last year when you adopted her?
Hands down, yeah. I mean, we made the right decision.
Oh yeah, I mean, it becomes less of a chore. Like, oh, what I mean, this commitment and more of your part of your
Life.
daily lifestyle. I mean, you get up, you walk Penny, and it's less of a chore and just more of kind of what makes you happy.
I mean, we still have to remember like when planning vacations and stuff, little things like who's watching Penny, those kind of things. But in the end, it's like those don't ever outweigh the good that comes.
Right. So you would say fostering is easy, or
I'd say it's amazing. It's great.
It's almost
because,
too easy.
yeah.
But you know what? Overall, I think it's perfect because if you love animals and you're really ready to have an animal, it's a great way to take that first step to be ready to actually adopt a dog and get used to it and see what and also what kind of dog. I was thinking at first like it's awesome. You can try a bunch of different dogs out and see what kind of dogs is your dog. Maybe you want a dog that runs with you, and then you realize bigger dog is.
But is it a program that works with you guys, and it's not
Yes,
okay?
They work very much with us.
Yeah, and they come and they take a look at your house and whatnot, and if you don't have a big enough lawn, they'll kind of recommend the smaller size, mid-sized dogs, because they all pretty know.
Everybody know me.
They know that the pet because it's probably in their house at this
Yeah.
point, and they're just trying to find a new temporary home.
Right. So
But
they work with
They're
you.
very accommodating.
Awesome. So Penny, do you have anything else you want to say?
She's good, but she's found a good home. Penny, say bye. She's found a good home, and we're having a great time with her, and we love her, and we wouldn't think anything else about her.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you.